right now is the ability to create your why to succeed and why not to fail. And a lot of people call that your why, but I think that it's much more accurate to say that why to succeed, why not to fail. Because what we need to do right now, before we can even come up with that, is to actually get beyond the tasks. Because the reason why we procrastinate so much is because I don't want to finish the research paper. Like, it's just an example I'm coming up with. Like, if the research paper is really that big a deal, like, and I'm focused on it, of course, like, I don't want to do a research paper, but what if I focus on the outcome and not the task? So it could be something else other than a research paper. So, but we'll finish up with the research paper first. So what if the outcome is to get an amazing grade in my class? And I focus on that. And then the research paper is actually just a stepping stone towards this much larger vision, Or if it's around the house and we want to, say, just stop procrastinating on the chores around the house. And of course, it's like, I don't want to do the laundry. I don't want to take the trash out. I don't want to do the dishes. I don't want to clean the house, right? It's because we're focusing on these things. We're focusing on these individual things. But what if we want the outcome to be a happy, loving home where my family can fully rejuvenate and feel inspired, and that fosters the love that I want in my life? What if we're looking at that as an outcome? And when I say outcome, just to be clear, outcome is a result. What is the result that I want to do? What is it that I ultimately want to accomplish by doing this task? We all have these tasks, and it's like, how compelling is that to finish a task? Oh, I'm going to take out the laundry, or I'm going to do the laundry, I'm going to take out the trash. Like, how compelling is that? Not very compelling at all. Where's the reward to that? But what if it is a stepping stone where taking out the trash actually, it makes myself happier, it makes my family happier, and when my family and myself are happy, then we're operating at our highest level. We're feeling inspired, and we're going to love each other so much more. It's just going to create so much joy in my children's, my family's life, my significant other, my life. Do you see where that could be way more fulfilling? And it might even be more inspiring. Like, you might look around and you're like, man, I was just going to clean, but you know what? I think I need some more plants around here. It might be nice, if I'm out here with my family and, excuse the planes, sorry. But if I'm out here with my family and, we're sitting around, what did I say with my plants? This is just an example. I don't know why I like to always use my plants as examples. But you see what I'm saying? Let's come up with another example real quick. Maybe the example is getting into shape. That's a big one. A lot of people, we procrastinate on getting into shape. It's because we have a lot of pain linked with going, I don't want to go to the gym, I don't want to do all this stuff, But what if the outcome or the result that we're after is either, maybe it's like something we want for ourselves. It could be, fitting into that dress. It could be looking great. I got my ripped abs, for the summer. It could be any variety of reasons, or it could even be because I want to live a long, healthy life so that I'll be there to see my grandchildren. Because a lot of people have problems with heart attacks. A lot of people have problems developing cancer and all this stuff. And it's because people aren't taking care of their bodies. They procrastinate on it until it's too late. Because when you're laying there and your chest is thumping and it's not pumping the heart to your body, and your brain's going dead, and you're feeling the biggest fear of your life, and you could have changed it all had you just gotten into shape and started taking care of your body. Right? So, what if the outcome is to live a long and healthy life, and the working out is just a stepping stone to take you there? And so, that's what the whole chapter is about. We want to take our tasks, look at the outcome like that, so we convert it into the outcome. And then we do what will happen if I fail to achieve this. Worst case scenario, if I fail to achieve this. And the reason we do the worst case scenario is because we want to scare the hell out of ourselves. We want to actually feel the fear. And it sounds like it's something that we don't want to do, but it's going to speak to our emotional minds in a way that's so compelling that it forces us to take action. And that's what we want, is consistent action towards an intended outcome. And when that happens on a consistent basis, life change happens. It's the type of change that we never go back to how we were before, because it feels so good to grow, and it becomes such a strong part of our identity that we don't want to go back to it. Whether it's quitting smoking cigarettes, whether it's getting in shape, whether it's eating healthy, whether it's starting a business, whether it's taking the business that we have to the next level, whether it's getting that promotion at work. We never want to go back after achieving these things. And it's all about shifting our identity. And so the first thing we need to do is find out what these tasks are ultimately meaning. And when we find it, then we can actually lump a lot of the tasks together. So the example with creating the home, the type of environment, that I want my family to be in, right? What other tasks go with that? Well, the laundry is one of the tasks. The cleaning is one of the tasks. And all of that, and they're all lumped together. And so waking up in the morning, asking myself the question, how can I make my house a more healthy environment, a more comfortable environment that can foster the love that I want to exist within its walls for myself and for my family? And then coming up with the idea, man, I could clean up around here. That would, think about how much more happy that could make you, framing your questions in that point of reference, in that frame of mind. Instead of what do I have to do today? And then your mind's going to answer, well, you have to do this, 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 and this. And you're like, I don't want to. I just want to sit here and watch TV. Right? That's not what we want. We want to actually frame things in a way that's compelling for us. And look at the worst case scenario. Okay, so if I do not create this loving environment, then what is this environment? And unfortunately, it might be the environment that we're living in presently. What if people in the environment aren't getting along? What if they're having a hard time? And, how much is all of the excess clutter causing that? What kind of subconscious garbage is this environment creating? You know, um, and so, and the same thing can be true with everything. So we look at the worst case scenario, and we get emotional with it. And then after we do all the emotion stuff so that we aren't left depressed, we want to go back and we want to look at, what will this benefit my life in the next few weeks, the next few months, in the next few years, and even the next 10 years? How much will creating this outcome, and like I said, you want the outcome, make the outcome compelling. Like I said, the most beautiful, wonderful household that I can have, that's going to foster love within my family and myself, and then feel that, right, when you come up with this outcome. Then it's no longer a task. What happens if I don't get this outcome? Maybe it would lead, I don't know, maybe it'll lead to divorce. Maybe it'll lead to a breakup. Maybe it'll lead to my kids will never, either they won't listen to me, they won't want to be around the house. They'll go out with their friends that might be a bad influence in their life because they don't even want to be around the house because it's not comfortable to them. And think about that. We want the kids to be happy. We want the kids to be loving. We want the kids to have an excellent future. And so we want to create an environment that will do that. And it's the same thing for us, because we don't want to be in an environment that's not going to be stimulating and good for us as well. So, and then, like I said, and then what benefits will all of this have? Well, maybe the kids will stick around. Maybe I'll feel more love in my life than I've ever felt before. And go back to the research paper, what will happen if I get the excellent grades? What will happen? Maybe, maybe I'm going to a community college right now. I'm just coming up with an example. Maybe I'm going to a community college and I want to get accepted into a state university. If I'm just looking at the research paper by itself, then it's not something that's compelling. It's something, oh, I got to do this research paper. But if my outcome is to get into whatever fill in the blank university, then the research paper becomes a stepping stone. And I can ask myself in the morning time. I recommend doing these questions every day. I'll get to that later on in the course. But if I ask myself every morning, what can I do? What steps can I take today to ensure that I deserve to get into the college of my choice? Then I come up with the idea, well, I can do this research paper today. I have this research paper and it's done. And it's all about how we come up with the ideas and how we phrase it to ourselves that's going to give us the frame of mind to where we're open and we actually want to do these tasks. And maybe change the name from tasks. Stop calling them tasks. Maybe they're outcomes. Maybe they're achievements. Play around with the language until you find something that is compelling. This sounds good to you. Enjoy your life. Have your life be more of an adventure instead of monotony. And you can always change the words too. You can always change the way that you describe it to yourself. It's just life. A lot of it is just the story that we tell ourselves. And so, what will happen if I achieve this? And then imagine all of the amazing things that can happen if I achieve this outcome. Because outcomes are compelling. Tasks are menial and boring and they seem like they don't matter. But if the tasks are just a piece of the broader puzzle, then it's compelling. And that's what we want to create. So again, J.R. Cook here. Thank you for watching this video. I can't wait to see you in the next lesson. And for your assignment, I know I left you one in the book, but if you want to do some extra, I would say look at a lot of the tasks. Just brainstorm your tasks that you're having. That come to mind, the things really that you bought this book for. Just bust out a sheet of paper and just spend 60 seconds, no more than 60 seconds. You can even set a timer if you want. 60, maybe 120 seconds, and then just start brainstorming. And don't start moving your pen. Don't really write, just start writing stuff. And come out with all the tasks that you do consistently. And then group them and see, hey, what am I really trying to achieve by doing these things? And some of them you might find, hey, I'm not really trying to achieve anything. With the laundry, you have to have clean clothes to wear, so you're trying to achieve something there. Like, in some things, like I found in a lot of people that I coach, they're doing a lot of stuff that they don't even need to do. They just think that they need to do it. And so maybe you'll find some things like that. I don't know. But what you want to do is you want to group all of these tasks into chunks, into outcomes. And then once you find the outcomes, phrase them in a way that is so compelling to you that just feels good to say and to think about. Probably take 5 minutes total. You spend your minute or two brainstorming, break it up into chunks, and then you have your ability to see why and why not. So, what will happen if you fail to achieve this outcome? What kind of life is going to happen? What has happened in the past with failing to achieve this outcome? What's happening today? What's going to happen in the next weeks, months, years, 10 years, 20 years from now if you fail to change this area of your life? And then get yourself out of that depressed state and say, what will benefit me in my life if I make the change with this? And what it does is it just shows your brain, basically, in a way that it's difficult to do just without actually going through the process. Because it's not very intuitive, like laundry equals a great outcome. It's not like a natural thing. It's not we didn't have laundry in nature like that, you know? So it's like we have not evolved, or we weren't created in a way that um, that just has that programmed into our brain. So we have to take a look, and we're visual creatures. And so if laundry equals a beautiful tomorrow, then I'm much more apt to want to do it than if laundry equals, well, I gotta go down to the change machine, and I gotta do that. Or, I gotta go down there and fold it and stop watching my show, binge watching Netflix. And you see what I'm saying? You get it by now. You're smart. I can tell. I can tell by the look in your eyes that you're an intelligent person. And I can definitely tell that you're an intelligent person because you're here right now. Otherwise, you would have been weeded out with the masses. And let me know your thoughts down in the comment box below. If you want to share this assignment with other people, I'll be able to take a look at it, and I would love to actually do that. And plus, you can share with other people. It's really inspiring for people going through this process to see that other people are doing the exact same thing. It always helps me, at least, when I have somebody that is like not just an accountability buddy, but inspiration. If you're having kind of troubles doing the assignment, there's a few people that have already done it. You read it, you're like, wow, I'm not alone. And you'll find that so many people have the exact same challenges. We all think that we're alone here, but we're not. And that's the reason why I created this group, is because I want people who are dedicated to success to be able to get together and to collaborate and experience success together. Make friendships, say hi to each other, help each other out. It's going to make us all feel amazing to go forward in this group and help each other to succeed. And that's what it's for. So I'll see you in the next video. And it's all about mastering your mind. I'm really excited to make that video. I can't wait to see you there. Again, thanks for watching. Don't procrastinate on this. Do your assignment, and I'll see you next time.